It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the Sunshine State. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Miami Dolphins under the lights on Thursday night.
The address is 347 Don Shula Drive in honor of the legendary coach. The stadium is Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen. Greg, one of the joys of covering the league week in, week out, you watch guys grow and mature, and all of a sudden you turn around and look at the quarterbacks we have in this game. Now we're looking at guys who have arrived at that magic term, franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I think you just have to give a lot of credit, of course, to the player themselves, the work, the ability to invest in themselves to develop, but also in these organizations. They continue to surround these quarterbacks as they've gotten older with better talent, better systems, play to their strengths, maybe protect some of their weaknesses. That's what it takes to play at a high level at the quarterback for a long time in the NFL, and give credit to both these players and both these organizations. I think it's official. They have their quarterback of the future, and the future looks bright.
Jacksonville comes out with a former #1 overall pick. Trevor Lawrence, their quarterback, 6'6", tall and talented. Greg, hard to believe already this season 4 for Lawrence after his days at Clemson.
When you really dive deep and study some of the best quarterbacks, not only in today's game at the moment, Mike, in the NFL, but really throughout history of the league, the best quarterbacks, they hold themselves to a standard that nobody else in the...
Oh, no, right at the start, he loses the football. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. In the pistol, here's Lawrence. That's into the hands of Travis Etienne. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Yes, you have to operate out of the backfield like a traditional running back. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing. Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and they have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
The Dolphins come out on offense, and the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa. He led the NFL a year ago in passing yardage. Hard to believe this is season 5 already from Alabama. Greg, Tua, 26 years old, and his time is now.
One of the few southpaws we have playing quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and while he doesn't have one of the strongest arms, he makes up for it with great anticipation and pinpoint accuracy. So what it does, it allows him to throw very catchable balls. A lot of his receivers do a lot of the damage after the catch, and only time's going to tell how this one plays out. But when he's on his game, they're due for a lot of points. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Odell Beckham Jr. there, and it's going to lead to 4th down.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
The Jaguars offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look.
Oh, after the catch, he's hit, and the ball is out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands. We'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Davis heading in motion. 2nd down, Lawrence. He's going to be hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And this is taken in by the defense. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
The Dolphins offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. 0-0 is the score. And we're back to South Florida after this. From the gun, here's Tua. That's taken in by Achane. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay.
Still 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tungo Vailoa. Trying to set up the screen, but it is not there. He just had to spike it. It's incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Duvernay to return. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll give it to Etienne to start this drive. The problems continuing. He coughed it up again.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
First and 10.
44. Ready.
A shotgun snap for Tua. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down, Miami.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. Here's a 2nd and 6.
Go ahead.
Throwing is Tua. That is caught right side by Beckham. And they'll mark him out at the 8, but it is enough to set up first and goal.
First and goal at the 8-yard line. Hey, get set.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That is caught to the goal line and in. Odell Beckham Jr. Touchdown, Miami. Sanders on for the point after. He's got it. And the Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead. $7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. He fields it at the 8. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. Throw left side, taken in by Kirk. 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He's got, after the catch, he's hit, and the ball is out. And so much for a nice game through the passing game. Not finishing the play, fumbling the football, and the offense has turned it over, Greg.
Mike, give credit to the defender here for not quitting on this play. They just give up a chunk play in the passing game. He stays after it, and instead of just making a simple tackle, he attacks the ball, knocks it loose, and creates a big takeaway for this defense.
The Dolphins offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They lead it here in the second quarter, 7-0. As they begin with a 1st and 10. To throw is Tua. A throw over the middle, it's Odell. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
It's a gain of 10 yards. Good for a Dolphins first down. Tua gonna throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Tua to throw again. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on second down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to third. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
It is a gain of 17 by about the length of the football. They've got the first down.
More often than not, Mike, when a team decides to keep the ball on the ground on a third and long like this, typically the next play is either a punt or a field goal. But give credit here to this play caller. He saw something in the defense, gives the ball to his back, and he's able to pick up big yardage and the first down.
On first down, Tagovailoa. To the left side, OBJ is there. Here's Tagovailoa. He'll get that into the hands of Tyreek Hill. He's taken down just shy of the 10. The Dolphins going to use their final timeout here as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now Tua. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Again, it's Tua. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. Jason Sanders on to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins will extend to a 10-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Just 1 second remaining in this first half, and they will kick it away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we hit halftime here in South Florida, and the Dolphins are in the lead as we send you up to Orlando for a check-in with Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's all yours.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports studios and our halftime report. The Dolphins got some strong play out of their quarterback, number 1, Tua Tagovailoa. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. To return it, here's Raheem Mostert. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Dolphins offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with first down. On the ground, it's Mostert to start this drive. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. In motion, it's Waddle. A play fake. Now Tua to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. So you have to imagine this offense goes in at halftime. They're feeling pretty good about the position they are, especially knowing they possess the ball coming out for the second half. You want to put together a great drive and add to the lead. No time to be conservative, no time to just sit on this ball and punt. You want to keep the pressure on the defense and score every time you get it.
That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Play action now. It's Lawrence. He'll get this complete over the middle with Kirk. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down. Here's the first carry for Tank Bigsby. Now a loose football. And the defense has it.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit. And that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
Tua gives it to Mostert. They'll take this down to the 47. Tyson Campbell there to make the tackle. Here's Tua. He runs with it. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. They get an even 20 on that one. First down, Miami.
And this is one of the downfalls to man coverage, Mike. Anytime the defender's eyes are so locked in on their responsibility, there's not a lot of guys with eyes on the quarterback. And in this case, he escapes the pocket, becomes a runner, and there is a lot of room back.
17 yards on the game, and now they've got first and goal.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
A dive, and he's in! Raheem Mostert. Touchdown, Dolphins.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
Now I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. The extra point by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins move further out in front. It is now 17-0. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Johnson now to return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense ready to get back at it. Greg, kind of a head-scratcher in this one. A fumble or two here or there. That's going to happen. But they've continually put the ball on the ground in this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I've ever seen anything quite like it, and kind of seems like when it rains, it pours. It gets a little mental for the ball carriers. They're kind of contagious in a sense, Mike. But you know who also gets really wrapped up in it is the defense. They say, hey, I've seen that ball pop out time and time again. You get those guys continuing to believe it's going to come out and attack the ball, and you have days like this today.
The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. Oh, the fumbling problems continue. He loses it again. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it and which team does a better job taking it away.
Now a first down throw for Tua. He'll get this to the former Falcon, Jonnu Smith.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
44.
In motion, it's Waddle. Got his man at the 6. And he's into the end zone. Jonnu Smith, touchdown Miami. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Sanders here for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Dolphins are able to extend out to a 24-0 lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. They'll get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Jags offense and Travis Etienne set to get back to work. And he's had all sorts of ball control problems in this one. Let's take you back through the moments. Nothing gets you in a coach's doghouse or next to the coach faster than fumbling the football. He's done it multiple times. Very big hole for his team to dig out of. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Lawrence. A pass complete to the tight end, Evan Ingram. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down. Now here's Lawrence. This one is caught, and it's the tight end, Strange. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
That's caught left side by Ingram. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Lawrence from the gun here on third down. That's complete to Etienne. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down. To throw is Lawrence. Got his man. It's Kirk. And he will finally be taken down inside the 10-yard line. A big play for Jacksonville. It's a gain of 34.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone.
And he's in. Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Well, after being shut out in the first half, it has to feel good for this offense, Mike, to just get on the board, get something going. But now the question we have to ask is there enough time to come all the way back?
Yeah, just some belief, right, Greg? Just let's watch these guys on the next few drives. Did that give them a little belief that they can stay in this game? Best way to start with that score. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by David Long.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the fourth quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
In order for you to be able to operate out of this 4-3 style defense, Mike, the key is your defensive tackles, their ability to penetrate, their ability to be game wreckers. That's exactly what we saw here, his ability to get back there, make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
And once again, they try the same runner. They get the same result. Back-to-back carries of no gain. Now it's third down.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of 9. It's 4th down.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on 4th down. They snap it to Tua. He'll get this out quickly to Hill. And he's going to have a Dolphins first down. Good work there on 4th and 1. They get 7 to move the chains. So a win here for the Dolphins. And right away you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. As a result, they're going to come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Dolphins, home winners here as we say farewell from South Florida.